Coca-Cola, a soft drink from the United States, is being offered again in Myanmar after nearly 60 years. Coca-Cola, which sells 1.8 billion bottles per day, began exports to Myanmar on Monday, and local production will commence shortly. According to Tom Standage, author of A History of the World in 6 Glasses, the arrival of Coca-Cola into a country is a powerful emblem of the United States' connection with that country. The moment Coca-Cola begins shipping to a country is when you can tell a significant change may be occurring there, he said. Coca-Cola is a bottle of capitalism. Cuba and North Korea are the only countries where Coca-Cola cannot be purchased or sold publicly. This was owing to a United States trade embargo. Coca-Cola asserts that any beverages sold in these nations originate from unauthorized third parties. In 1906, Cuba was one of the first 3 nations outside the United States to sell Coke, an alternative name for Coca-Cola. However, when Fidel Castro's government began taking private assets in 1960, the company left and never returned. In North Korea, another Coca-Cola free zone, it was recently reported that Pyongyang restaurants were selling this soft drink. Coca-Cola stated that if any of the beverages were sold in North Korea or Cuba, it would indicate that they were being trafficked through the illicit market and not through legitimate routes. This carbonated beverage was invented in 1886 in Atlanta, Georgia. In the early years of its existence, Coca-Cola vigorously exported its products to foreign nations. During the early 1900s, this beverage expanded throughout Asia and Europe. When Coca-Cola was supplied to American troops overseas during World War II, the company received a significant boost. During the war, there were over 60 military bottling operations for Coca-Cola around the world. Dwight Eisenhower, the Supreme Commander of Allied forces in Europe at the time, claimed to be a fan of Coca-Cola and confirmed that the beverage was available in North Africa. He also offered the beverage to Soviet General Georgy Zhukov, who ordered a Coca-Cola with a tint resembling that of vodka. Coca-Cola became a symbol of capitalism and a dividing line between capitalism and communism during the Cold War, according to Bruce Webster, a brand strategist who has worked with Coca-Cola. According to Standage, Coca-Cola was not sold in the Soviet Union out of concern that proceeds would go directly to the communist government. Pepsi filled the void and was widely distributed across the nation. When the Berlin Wall collapsed in 1989, many East Germans purchased Coca-Cola. According to Standage, Coca-Cola consumption became a symbol of independence. According to Webster, Coca-Cola is not attempting to engage in politics. As a large brand closely linked with the United States, Coca-Cola has also occasionally become involved in politics. During rallies against the United States invasion of Iraq in 2003, demonstrators in Thailand poured Coca-Cola onto the streets, stopping temporary sales to this country. Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad has threatened to ban Coca-Cola, and Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez has lately pushed citizens to drink locally produced fruit juices rather than Coca-Cola or Pepsi. Approximately 126 years after its founding, Coca sales colas are still thriving. According to Standage, Coca Market Colas is expanding in India, China, and Brazil.